Hello and welcome, Red Tonto 13 here. I've been doing some work behind the scenes, just with a bit more work going on. So we're 4 points clear, top of the table with a game in hand. If we win our next game, we guarantee the title. We just beat Bayern Munich 3-0, so 4-1. No, it was 2. We just beat Bayern Munich. What was the original score against Bayern? 1-1. So yeah, we won 3-1 on 3-1 on aggregate. Great 2-0 win at home. Fantastic performance. Now we're away to Brentford, away to Reading. Now we're home in the Premier League for our final game against a very tough Nottingham Forest, before an FA Cup final against Spurs, and then a Champions League final against a very tough Arsenal. So I'd like to try and finish the season, of course, with as many trophies as possible, and to try and keep developing and moving forward. So he's wanted by Chelsea and Liverpool. We could do with a right back. I don't want to lose him. Real Madrid were interested literally a week ago, and suddenly he's picked up an injury and they're no longer interested. Come on, City. Come on, City. Brentford are off to a not bad start after 10 minutes into this game. And that good start has progressed to a goal with 3 shots, 2 on target. And they've scored 1. See, this I don't understand. We're amazing all season long, and now we keep coming into games and we're struggling. I just don't get it at all. How can we just go straight into struggling? We haven't had a single shot on target, and that takes the biscuit 20 minutes in for Man City. Considering we're the highest goal scoring team in the league with the most goal difference, and yet we have some of the world's greatest players and where we haven't registered the shot on target yet. Very frustrating. Score. He's got finish in the 17. Literally attributes me naff all in this game because he's got finish in the 17 but can't finish. Does that make sense? Guaranteed loss this game, very frustrating, guaranteed loss. They scored, and no matter, you know, the tactics, no matter the players we put on, it's just one of those dead games where we're either going to miss everything, just smash every shot over the bar. Oh, well done, Tina, that was fantastic. It's incredibly frustrating. Finish. Oh my days. How's he not finished that? How has he not finished that? Should have passed it across the box. Pass it across the box. Your teammate gets to it and they score. Oh wow, look at that. That's tragic. Yeah, that's it, he's got a red. Okay, let's overload, let's try and get a goal. Let's get Baptiste off because he's rubbish and he's done nothing. Let's get Edgar on. Perhaps he can put a bit more energy on and he looks focused. Oh, there we go, look, they've scored. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. See what we can do. Click on the menu to try and get a highlight. Oh no, that was a throw in. Tick, tick, tick. See, they've scored, and it's just this game now where we're literally just watching minutes tick on, no matter what tactic we change, who we bring on, no matter what their attributes are, no matter the fact that they're some of the world's best players. See, he should have finished ages ago, to be honest, but just the camera. Oh, that's made it worse. Oh, it's because I'm tilted to the side. Oh my days, come on, penalty, come on. Come on, penalty, and we need to score this, come on. I hope he scores a lot more next year, I really do. He's not finishing the 17. Ref, time, thank you. Big result for us, big result. We needed that. Okay, we're 6 points ahead with a game in hand. They would literally need to score like 100 goals to overtake our goal difference. We literally need to draw or win the next game. I want to win as many points. We could finish on 101 points. Oh, we've won it because mathematically, because of the goal difference. Unless they literally, look at that, 90 goal difference. We scored 110, so we're literally in the last game, unless they scored 32 goals without us scoring. Very happy with that. 2 titles in a row since I returned. The City dominance must continue, look. history is starting to prevail. They finished third last year, they're 14th this year. Liverpool were first that year and then 9th. Arsenal will be the toughest ones at the minute. Toughest. See, we're still behind United. They've got 20. So we've got work to do to become the most successful club in history in England. But Liverpool have 23, so I've got a lot of work to do to stay committed. And it is an ageing squad, to be honest. There's so much quality in there, but it is an ageing squad. And I need to get the age down or reinvest or bring some youth in. I hate it when it's like aging in a way and they're like, alright, these players are 30, you must replace. But 30 is still very young and they're still offering something, and they're still good players. So 6 titles behind Liverpool. Lots and lots of work to be done. As soon as we catch up to United, that'll be quite good. It would be good if the game highlighted things like that, such as, you know, oh, what City have caught up with rivals United on titles. You know, we might see it, but I wish there was like a bigger thing in the game. I hope we can beat that record. That would be fantastic if we could. I wish it would actually list everything that all the records you as a manager could break. And I wish you could filter this in a way that you could just see it blocked in terms of, like, instead of like Wales City, Wales City, Wales City, Wales City, it would just block it in terms of international and club team if you combine them both, so then you could just literally see all your achievements with one. He's been quite good, and I'm going to have to bring him back in next year. They are third this year, Everton, or they were third when I was looking at the table previously. And so if Jose Mario was helping them qualify for European football, and he comes back into the squad, then I think he will be good for us. Yeah, let's bring him in because, you know, we need backup and rotation, to be honest. This annoys me when we've got like a real close colour in kits. Ours is obviously light blue, Redding's is blue and white, and yet for the next 90 minutes or however you're watching this game for, it's literally a mould of colours everywhere. good. The ball came over the top. Weingard has scored again. Such a good player, to be honest. It's about keeping the quality that we do have and building a team for the future whilst bringing young players in and through around what we have, so it creates that environment, that culture, that longevity of what we currently have, and to try and take things forward in terms of what we expect from the likes of young Christensen, who's 19, who's just come into the squad. He's seen the team win the Premier League. He's not long come in and he wants to be part of that Premier League winning team. He wants to win as many trophies as Pitman has. Pitman has obviously been through a great amount of years here, so has had a lot of success, and Christensen comes in at the point where he could have one Premier League title and Pitman could be on his 8th, for example, and then Pitman decides to retire or leave, and Christensen wants to be in a position where when he is at Pitman's age, he either wants the same amount or a lot more. But what the tough thing is, and that's what happened to United, is when these young players are coming through and they're having that taste for that, everything changed. The entire environment, the landscape, the performances, the environment, all changed. So then these players who wanted to come through, wanted to have that taste for it, it just didn't happen for them. And they haven't had as much success as previous players, and that's what's difficult, because you could wish that you were there 5 years ago, or that you were 5 years older, just so you could have had as much success as the players who have been there before you have had. So Christensen, as a young player in that sense, for a 19-year-old to come through in a successful squad with some of the world's greatest ever players, and City's greatest ever players, he wants to be one of those City players for a long time to come. And even if he does move on to other clubs, he wants to try and take that success with him so he can be remembered as a player. But whilst he's currently 19, he's obviously going to be wanting more than one Premier League title, and he wants to keep pushing for it, so he must work as hard as possible, understand what it is to be a City player, to come through the system and start embedding in the other young players that we start bringing through. I hope Foley can turn into the next Phil Foden, because Phil Foden played till about 35, 36, and he actually retired when I was at City, and I did try to tempt him to stay. I wanted him. He was still in the first team, he was still getting starts, he was still playing, he was still in the England team, he was one of the most capped England players ever, he's the most capped player ever for City, I think, in the game. He was scoring, he was getting assists, they were winning cups, he was earning very good money. I don't understand why he retired. I just don't get my head around that whatsoever. This is tragic. So we will be on 99 now. We will not beat the record, which is highly frustrating, because we let in a really poor goal at the end of that game then. Dominant, shot, wave after wave of attack, shots on target, and then what ends up happening? Oh, they end up conceding, or we concede, and they have very little shots all game long, little amount of shots on target, and that's what ends up happening. Of course I'm livid. We had a chance there to really maximise this season, to go and beat a record, and we conceded by a very poor goal at the end. It was a good work goal for Reading in that sense, but it was poor for us to allow that play against us to happen. I hope we can finish the season on a final win. Leicester and Wolves both have the opportunity to remain in the Premier League. They both need wins, but they need Forest to lose. And ideally, Watford. And they would need Watford to concede a few, but they would both need them to score. Leicester in a better position. It's possible. And Leicester could be hoping to win a game 2-0 and hope that Forest could concede quite a few. So we need to be either send Forest down, which are one of my favourite clubs, well, I say favourite club, so I keep an eye on them. I got tabs on them because of Brian Clough. I'm a Chelsea and Newport fan, but I will keep tabs on Forest from time to time. But I could end up sending them down in this game to the Championship. I've been in my shortlist for 6 months. No, I don't ever remember adding that. Wanted by 33 clubs. Although these players essentially can become assets, you think, right, we've got the money, we're going to get them in, and then we sell them off and make money at the end of it, which is what I was looking at doing now with some of them. If a player is wanted by 23 clubs or 32 clubs, as I've just seen, there's no point me going in to go, right, I want to sign you, to then loan you out for 4 or 5 years and then just try and sell you off. If they can make a career of going to the right club for them, and then if it doesn't work out, hoping that one of those 22 or 32 clubs are interested the year after, it allows them to have more of a career rather than me taking things away from them. That's a great goal, to be fair. Leicester and Wolves managers You'll be looking to get the relay of information right throughout the game whilst hoping that they're performing. This is a strong result, strong performance start for us. I won't say result yet because they have a tendency to make stupid mistakes, but both those boys are linking up really well. Nottingham Forest manager will absolutely be panicking at this point because he doesn't want to end up getting relegated and into the Championship, where his job could now possibly be on the line. It could be on the line anyway because of the situation that they find themselves in now, but it could be further on the line following today, where he could have been given a bit more time to build on next season and to reinvest and re-energise his squad. Complete change of tactics this year. Our tactic for the last year has seemed to have dropped off massively in the league this year, and we've struggled with it, but we've changed tactic and we've scored a lot of goals. We're just not as tight at the back and we're conceding quite a few, so we're not getting as many clean sheets for Guerrero as possible. And he had a good season last year, but I don't think he's had a good enough season this year. Oh, we're all over their defence there. Okay, we've got a free kick. So we're dropping off now. We're allowing Forest to get back in this game. Oh, we've scored. Who has scored? Let's get Cameron Driscoll on for his final Premier League appearance and final game, well, could be final game for Man City. So let's give him 20 minutes on the pitch, and it'd be great if he could exit City in the Premier League and maybe the Premier League with a goal to his name. But I hope he has a great career and continues to play for Wales and score, because he was such a great player for me at Wales, and I decided to bring him in from Burnley with his Premier League experience and the fact that he can score goals. But it's time for him to move on, and he is leaving at the end of the season, where I do wish him the absolute best of luck. But it was great to work with him again. It was great to give him 2 Premier League titles after all the years he's been in the Premier League. What a free kick that was. Forest, as long as Leicester have scored a few here, even won their game 1-0, with the goals that we've scored today against Forest, when they put up a strong performance against us previously, and there was a point in that game where they were starting to come back at us, we've actually done really well. Oh, Watford dropped, but they just done enough. Wolves ended up losing anyway, but Forest lost 5-0, dropping into the relegation, and on the last game of the season they were relegated and Leicester came away with the win. And it was just unfortunate Forest came up against a very good informed City team, conceded 5 goals. Leicester ended up doing well. So let's have a look at the final results. Arsenal won 1-0 against Aston Villa, finished 7 points behind first Manchester City. Everton won 5-1 against Bournemouth, securing 4th place, unlucky to miss out on 3rd. But if you see the difference between 2nd and 3rd, a huge 20-point gap. Now between 3rd and 1st, there's 27 points in between it. A strong season from Sheffield United to finish 3rd. Man United won their final game of the year with a 1-0 win over Brighton. Unfortunately, Chelsea lost 1-0. Leicester won 1-0 against West Ham, scoring in the 6th minute, just giving them enough to stay up with help from City. Liverpool won 4-1 at home against Reading to secure 9th place. They've dropped off last year and they've dropped off again this year. They need to really reinvent themselves. They've had 2 managers in that time. Man City beat Nottingham 5-0. Newcastle won 5-0. They finished 7th, putting them in contention for a European place and securing that in the end. Spurs beat Wolves 3-0, so it's bye-bye to Wolves, and Spurs end up qualifying for a European place as well. With Watford losing 3-1 at home at the final game of the season, they dropped to 17th, but just done enough to stay up. Reading secured themselves with 15th, 8 points clear of relegation places, where there was a 7-point gap between them and 16th. It was a strong performance from Bournemouth, Wolves and Nottingham Forest, with very close competition for relegation between Watford and Leicester. Both of those clubs will need to watch out where they will finish next year. But City win the Premier League for a 2nd year in a row. Arsenal are runners up for a 2nd year in a row, with Marco Rose as the runner up. I believe he won 1 Premier League title, Marco Rose, and that was in the year that I actually left, and he won it with Liverpool. But since then he was sacked by Liverpool. He's been re-employed by Arsenal, and he's done a tremendous job there. They are a major threat, and we were behind them because we had a very slow start to our season, but we've done enough to come up and pull some results around. Sheffield United finished 3rd, Everton 4th, Tottenham 5th, Chelsea 6th, 7th place goes to Newcastle, 8th to the Scum, 9th Liverpool, 10th United, 11th Brentford, 12th Brighton, 13th West Ham, 14th Villa, 15th Reading, 16th Leicester, 17th Watford, 18th Nottingham Forest, 19th Wolves, and 20th place goes to Bournemouth. Goodbye to those 3 at the bottom, and now it is time to turn our attention to the FA Cup, where Man City will play Tottenham Hotspur. Up and there we go. Matt Crooks was sacked by Forest after 2 years in the job following their relegation from the Premier League. Domenico Tedesco, Liverpool manager, is in the running to be sacked as well. We will see what will happen. He has been such a superb signing. Review that. 33 games, 17 goals, 2 assists, 2 man of the matches, with a rating of 7.27 in the Premier League. Played a total of 50 games this year with 47 starts, 24 goals, 6 assists, 3 man of the matches, an average rating of 7.28, completing 80% of his passes. Absolute baller. What a signing he has been for 83 million. Let's hope he can stay for quite a few years and have a real big impact and difference to our squad, and hopefully continue to bring a lot of success. As a result of winning the Premier League, Man City have won 39.91 million from the Premier League. Medals for the winners. Let's have a quick look at this. I like to look at this. Guerrero just missed out on 2 games through injury. Guingard, I think, missed out on 2 games from injury, so they both played 36. And Bimbo finished on 33 games just injured, so missed out a few. Frommon 32, Pittman 32, Pina 32, Frommon 35, Pittman 34, Pina 32, 34 for Olivieri, Revoluta 33, 34 games for Panikov, Edgar had 30, Leku had 30, Tails had 29, Oliviera had 29, Buccia had 24, Franklin Joseph 23. Kirk Dalton played 18 games, winning his 2nd Premier League title, was sold in the January transfer window but has a very deserved medal. Ended up going to Sheffield and helping them qualify for Europe, so hopefully we'll continue to play European football next year. Sasha Besse came in and just done enough to get himself a medal as well. That's annoying when you click that and it changes. Cameron Driscoll didn't get a single start, but he played 11 games with 2 goals, contributing to some success achieving his second Premier League title. So good experience to come to City to win 2 Premier League titles, following all those years in the Premier League and goals and assists for Burnley. He contributed to the success in the first year, didn't have so much of a major impact in the second year, but he absolutely deserves both Premier League titles, and I hope he can continue to go on and do well. Okay, we set a new record there. Record low number of defeats, league defeats for Man City is a new team low, which is good. New average attendance is raised to 86,959 for an average attendance from previously 79,964 set 2 years ago. That is a major increase. If we keep having success, it'd be amazing to see whether we can get to 123 clean sheets kept by Juan Jose Garcia of Arsenal. Just such a legend for the club, still keeping clean sheets. The previous record for clean sheets was held by won by Ederson in 2023, so an 18-year-old record has finally been beaten, and Ederson loses out on that record, but he will sit in now in second place, and he would have held that record for 18 years, so we'll see how long it will take for the next keeper to beat the next clean sheet record. Guingard was English Footballer of the Year, well deserved. He also won Players Player of the Year. He won Top Goal Scorer of the Year. James Sutton at Everton had a good season as well. Jake Bishop, former City player, had done well at Chelsea this year. Garcia, Keeper of the Year. Guerrero ended up in third place, unfortunately. He seems to be dropping off a little bit, conceding more than he usually has, but we believe in him and he still has a lot of quality. I've ended up winning Manager of the Year with a win ratio of 81% and 803 manager points. I truly love that. Thank you very much. It'd be good if you could see the past winners. See, that's just league there, but right here, past winners. Did not see that. So there, I won it 4 years in a row. Then Alan McGregor won it for his great work with Burnley. I had left at that point actually in that year, and I went to Bayern Munich. Xavi then won it. No, actually, I was still there. He won the great work. I left then. Xavi then won it. Was sacked then the year after when Marco Rose won the Premier League, and he won it. Matt Crooks won Manager of the Year last year, and what a difference a year does make. But after 1, 2, 3, 4, after 4 years, I've won it back. Even though it's my second year in a row, I'm very proud to have won it again. Even better than the last time that I'd won it. I had a win ratio of 76%. I increased that by 5%. 100 goals, and then I went on to score 116, or my team did, and we actually conceded less as well. So that is a top performance from us. I've impressed my director of football that I've employed. Impressed him, which is great news. It's great that the owners can see this as well. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 players in Team of the Year. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, yes, 9. 9 players in Team of the Year. Just shows how incredible that is for us in terms of that performance. Okay, 5 days away from this cup. Okay, we're bringing in Enrico. Quite a cheap signing from Brazil, but does have backup. He will be backup. We will add depth. He does add a bit of rotation, and he's quite a cheap signing. I've got £71 million to spend, which isn't much because I was only awarded 81 million. So I've had to look at some free signings here. Ribeiro will provide more backup and rotation than anything, and then I hope to sell him off and make a profit on him. I've got Enzo Martinez, who's going to be a young player. I'm going to look to loan him out first more than anything. But yes, it's important how I spend this 71 million. It's going to be tough to try and retain the title on 71 million. I'm hoping to have players who are good enough to remain in form that can help win that title. It'd be great to have another FA Cup, which would be great.
I hate that I'm a person that could mess with someone's trust. I hate that I'm a person that could mess with someone's trust.
Okay, good start for us in this final against Tottenham Hotspur. Leku scoring again with the assist from Paniukov. Started streaming then, didn't click stream, and the whole point was because I had no viewers in the last 2 episodes. I just wanted to record and try and get some more out on YouTube, really. Don't concede, don't. Oh, I knew we were going to concede there. As soon as he took that ball to the edge of that box. Good start, but we haven't capitalised on it. 5 shots, only 1 on target. They've had 2 and 1 on target, and they've scored their 1. Whereas we need to be increasing the amount of shots that we have on target, but we need to be taking those chances. We've got Oliveira and Edgar up front with Leku, Quangard, Revoluta, Froman, all these great players who can score goals for fun, but yet when it comes to actual game when it matters, they're just not scoring. Let's get Oliveira off for Butcher, because Butcher's got finishing of 17, and realistically when you bring a player on with finishing of 17 who can score goals in the Premier League, he needs to be scoring. I don't want to bring him off yet because we could make a difference. It's that decision of why we get paid to make those tactical changes, whether we make it now or hold off, or whether he will cost us or make that difference. Okay, Edgar is injured, so it's important. Oliveira has got first touch, finishing 15, etc, etc. Let's get Oliveira on for Edgar. Get in, finally. That's exactly what we needed and wanted there. We needed to break away, play some good football, and Butcher needed to score. Now let's get Franklin Joseph on. Offside, offside, disallowed, 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 disallowed. Oh, of course it has. Of course it has. Pina has been shocking in this final. See, they've only had 2 shots on target and they scored both of them. We've had 11 shots, 5 on, well, now 12 shots, 5 on target, and we've only scored 2. It just annoys me. How can they maximise and get every shot on target in the back of the net, but we've got players with better finishing and better attributes, but yet we can't put her in the back of the net. I don't get that one. Oh, how haven't we scored there? "15 shots with 5 on target." Come on, Guangad. That's why I didn't want to take him off. Let's get Revolutor off. Let's swap for Oliviera. Oliviera can come there. Let's get Baptiste on. Hopefully Baptiste can add some energy and hopefully can add another goal in for us. We just need to make sure we sharpen up at the back, really. Don't concede. 16 shots, 6 on target. We've only scored 3. Come on. 4-2. Fantastic. That's a fantastic result. 4-2. FA Cup winners as well. Another trophy for them this year. Well deserved and just shows their hard work. Love winning cups. It's a shame that we're not winning more Carabao Cups, but strong performance to get to the final. Strong performance in the final as well. We almost didn't get to the final after a strong performance from Nottingham Forest, but we overcame them and we won 3-2. And here we are to win this FA Cup. Great result. Really pleased with that. Another trophy to add, and especially for the new owners. New owners have come in and they've been awarded a Premier League title. They've been given an FA Cup. They're in a Champions League final. Their manager's been Manager of the Year. They had 9 players in Team of the Year as well. They're in a very good position, and they should be very happy with all the work that me and my coaching team are delivering. Edgar is out now for 5 months. That's a huge shame, so we will miss the Champions League, as well as miss the start of the next season as well. But yeah, look at that. We were runners up against Derby last year. Such a shame that we were runners up on my seasonal return. But I'm very happy to have won it and beat Spurs in that final. Panyukov, such a good player. He has been brilliant all season long. Absolutely brilliant. He's wanted by Real Madrid, and no wonder. He's only ever played for Monaco and City. You know, if he moved out to play for Real Madrid, it would be a superb move for him. But let's hope that he doesn't want it. Pirlo sacked by PSG. Wowza, why? Their finances are only okay, but they finished second in the league. Who finished above them? I don't want to see the playoff, I want to see the league table. Wow, Lyon won it. 2 points. They're not rich anymore. Their wage budget is 3.8 million. Ours is like 5.5. They've dropped off massively. They've only got one legend. Yes, come and coach at Ghana. Can we try and get some more coaches now? Because I would love to give Haaland the job. Because they're the type of people on the game where they won't be off, where they don't get a job and then they'll sit around for ages and then they'll just retire altogether. They're just not budging this board, no matter what you do. There was a time when I was here and they were like, yeah, to everything. Well, I can't make any more adjustments. Built up quite a decent team, to be fair. I had to sack someone to keep Ampadu. His stats are really good, his aren't bad. Ampadu's a bang average, but we're 3 goalkeeping coaches. Right. I think bringing Haaland in, considering that he is a City great. Well, obviously he's not a City great in here in terms of what he could be, because he hadn't moved to City at the start of this game. He is still such a legend, and having a legend like him around does help. I was going to offer him 5k, but I ended up actually paying him 2.8 and he wanted 3.6. So, money saved in the coffers there.
Left to say, wanna get to know you in every kind of way, but you speak it in tongues, you take the breath from my lungs. It should be shaking in fear, but instead I just want you
18 million away, getting closer to this achievement slowly.
My words get lost in translation. Can you feel my frustration? I'm just trying to break through, but you make it hard when you act how you do. 'Cause you speak it in tongues, you take the blood from my lungs. It should be shaking in fear, but instead it's just what you hear. Screaming at you, but it's like screaming at a wall. My words get lost in translation. Can you
Abdul will study for his Continental B, then it'll be the A, and then the Pro. But he's a legend, absolute Welsh great for me. Retired from international football too soon. Still a big part of my plans. I did bring him to Newcastle, but when I brought him to Newcastle, I ended up leaving for the City job, and he didn't get played as much, and then ended up moving to Sporting. But his career did end, and then 2 years later, I've decided to bring him into the fold and try and help him coach. I don't want to see coaches like, well, when such greats retire and then they become coaches, they don't get offered jobs and they end up sitting around and then they just retire and drop off the game, and I hate that. Oh, that's annoying. Why can't you just select an action from all? Oh, you can. I came third. Undefeated for Marco Rose in that month though, and hadn't conceded a single goal. So, fair play. Let's get him in the first team training. Hopefully if he trains for the first team, then that might persuade him to stay. Still can't call him up. It's because there's too many players in the squad, that's why. Frustrating. Okay, into the Champions League final we go. very strong Arsenal. It's going to be tough. Very tough. Results against Marco Rose's team have been very close for years and years. I hope he retires soon. He is 64. You know, he could manage up until 75, for example, but I just hope he retires because he's such a good coach. I hate it when we kick out from the back and it ends up straight with the opposition. Wow, 6 shots, 3 on target from there, just dominating the game. More possession, more shots on target, more corners, better pass completion. A throw-in straight to Arsenal. How hadn't we scored there? We had a perfect opportunity, plenty of space, no defenders around. Oh, that's it, just smash it long and give it back to Arsenal every time, and they're just controlling the game. Oh, how have we not scored there? He's had a perfect position. He should be putting them away. Score. Oh. Come on. If you're in a deep position like that, get the ball across the box quick. Force the hand of the Arsenal players. Either try and get it where you're going to score an own goal, where we're going to score a goal, or we force out for a corner from the early cross. Oh my days. Great save off this keeper. No wonder he's such an Arsenal legend and kept the amount of clean sheets he has, but we should have finished there. Keep giving the bloody ball back to them every time. We're not keeping possession well at all. Basics. Keep the ball. I don't want to bring Guingard off.
Just keep on being higher than the sky. Tell me, are you there for me even when I try? Keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high. I know that you're feeling forsaken, mistaken, wish you were another man. I remember feeling awakened, mistaken, if you thought I'm in that place where you want me to be, but I don't want you back. So it's easy to see when I'm high all the time. 'Cause I have lost you.
Oh my days. Who scored? Oh wow. There's a goal that's gone towards us. Oh, he's literally slid to stop it go into our player. Braziaz has gone in the back of his net. Let's get Franklin Joseph on, our final change. Champions League winners. Such a poor way for them to lose that Champions League. Such a poor way. I can't wait to hear the music on the FM23 when you actually win that. So it becomes more of an accolade when you win it. But I really wanted to share the end of this. Again, I've gone live and I don't know how. The end of this season, because we were on the cusp of Premier League, FA Cup, and Champions League, and then we've ended up winning all three, which is incredible. I'm so grateful that we could have won all, and it's been shared in this episode. But there's certain work for us to do, absolutely, and I look forward to doing as much as I can right up until FM23. And I hope to be a lot more consistent with FM23 and get a lot more episodes out there. Just when I coach myself, it's very hectic to try and fit those things in. Nicolaisen, he's come in and he's ended up winning a Champions League, but Cameron Driscoll can be very happy. He's come in, he's been named in the Wales seasonal best 11, but since coming in, so last season, since 2014, 2 years in a row he's been named in Wales seasonal best 11. He's won the Euros with Wales last year, he's won 2 Premier League titles, he's won 2 Community Shields, I believe. No, he's only won 1 Community Shield for some reason. He's won 2 Premier Leagues. He was 2014 Welsh Footballer of the Year, 3rd place, FA Cup winner, Champions League winner. So the last 2 years have actually been great for him in that sense, and the experiences that he's had and what he's won. And I've been very grateful to have been able to bring him in. I've impressed the board. Bayern won it last year, which was won by Pep Guardiola. I was unlucky. Arsenal runner-up 2 years in a row. Marco Rose does very, very well, but he's been the most successful manager to get to cup finals and league runner-up, but the most successful in that sense because he's not won so much. So he has been a very good manager to operate and get his team there. But I won it with City in 2034, really enjoyed winning it then. I then won it in 2038 with Bayern, and then they went and won it the year after with Pep Guardiola, which was incredible experience for them. But I've gone on and won it in Greece in 2040, 2041. But that is incredible. Look at that, over 40 million received in finance as well, which is really, really helpful. I hope we can keep building, and I hope we can get some great players in. But in Bimbo, for example, what a player he is. Absolute City legend. 611 league games for him, and he's just added another Champions League title to his name. 52 games this year. He is an unbelievable. But Guerrero, wow, he's been here for 8 years, and he can become more successful than Ederson if he is to stay as long, if not longer than Ederson. Keep playing the amount of games that he is playing, and hopefully City have the same amount of success, if not more. But if we just scroll through, wow, look at that success since he's come to City. He's had a very good career. He made his first, he gained his first international cap in 2031 against Ecuador, aged 18. Then he was named in Mexico seasonal best 11. Then he won Next Gen 2031-32 3rd place award for America. Then he won the Olympic Games North American qualifying winners. Then he won 2032 Copa America Best Goalkeeper. Then he was the Campeones Cup winner with Cruz Azul. Then he was 2032 North American Goalkeeper of the Year. So he started off very, very well, and that continued into 2033 and then into 2034, and we ended up buying him. And wow, I wish there was a way just to look at, to filter it so you could go, right, league titles, domestic cups, personal awards, so it would just total that up rather than me having to go through and count it all the time. But unbelievable achievements. Yeah, I know it does, it might do it at the end when they've been like bronze, silver and gold at players, but it would be good if there was that function where you could look at it then like I just had, and you'd be able to, you know, have an overview of these players. But yeah, now I'm on the international duties. I take charge of a friendly for Ghana versus Guatemala, then Ethiopia, and then it's going to be World Cup qualifiers. It would look in September and October. But until then, that's the end of this season. I've been grateful if you've watched this as always and you've been following along, or you're watching this episode back on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I want to keep building for the end of this year and on to next year for FM23. Unfortunately, we've lost sponsorship. We've gone down from 126 to 107. Broadcast has gone down by 3 mil, and corporate hospitality we've gone down by 200k. The competition prize money has gone up. The match day commercials gone down by 200. So what's that gone down by? 19, so 22, 20. Let's say 22.4. So that's 6, 29. So yeah, what have we? So I've lost that in my head then. 19. 22, 22.4. 22.4. Yeah, so we've ended up, although we've lost out on other money here, we've made £7 million up there, which is good. But if we had got what we had from these other revenue streams. Even though we were successful last year, and we've been successful this year, if not more successful, that will hopefully help us for the year after. We would be in a much stronger financial position. Look at that for a season. Manager of the month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times Manager of the Year as well. Fans Player of the Season in Bimbo, 35 years of age, and well, Fans Player of the Year. Young Player of the Year is Boucher. I hope he improves. Revoluta Signing of the Year, Goal of the Season Revoluta. Top goal scorer Guingard, most assists Leku. Most Player of the Match awards was Guingard. Highest average rating was in Bimbo again, and most passes completed per 90 minutes was Yannick Froman, 49. We didn't start better than everyone else. He stepped back from interim position from being head of youth dev, and now he's ended up losing his job, which is always a strange one. Champions Cup Defender of the Year as well. Wow, Tuchel's been reappointed by United, making his return. Let's compare him with our head of youth dev. His stats are fantastic, but not as good as our current head of youth dev. Can we try and get him in as a coach and sack someone else? Okay, he said yes to coaching at 40k a week. Good, so you should. That's what the point of an owner is. And I cannot literally do any more. I've sold players, I've tried to work on budgets, I've brought players in on a free. I've literally won everything that I possibly can, apart from the Carabao Cup. But Barca job is available. See, I'd love to go. I'd love to go manage PSG and Barca, but I'm loving what I'm doing here with City. Finances are only okay at Barca. Their wage bill's quite high, to be honest. These Zebris are a very good manager. Wow, 17-point difference. They drew quite a lot of games, Barca. And Real do have a very good squad. Very good squad. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope I can share some more episodes and everything else through my socials. Please keep up watching on YouTube. I really appreciate it. But this is Red Tonto 13, Twitch, Twitter and YouTube. Drop a subscribe, drop a like, drop a follow. And I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you very much from me. This is Red Tonto 13.